they can scale, but Tundra have been masters of manipulating the map throughout the year. Let's see. I'm hyped up for this match. We get, I mean, Earthshaker has been insane this tournament, as we mentioned earlier, 73% win rate, and Shadow Demon too. Glad to see this starting to come back. We saw Jinkyu like kind of carry with the single disruption.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting big things from Zayat today. Master tip on the old Shadow Demon. So let's see what they can get done here. NAVI.
And he is versus... we'll have to see. We'll have to see how these lanes end up going down. It's a good kill combo, too. The lane that they have, Shadow Demon Centaur is a throwback lane, right? This is one that is very threatening. I'm curious to see how this is all going to go down.
Can either team get the grab here? Both smoked up, looking for first blood opportunity.
Saksa will walk into them. He gets put under.
Got the setup. They've got enough damage. He'll get off the avalanche, but the Who Stomp still comes in. Niku ready to line up into position. Shadow Word offensively drop down on a Saxa. Gonna try and get this kill by the looks of it to Got the Juice if they can. Toby's heading over. Saxa's...
He has boots. He's gone.
Yeah, he's gonna live.
And they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 bounties out of that. Saxa will survive.
Indeed, that's not working out the way the Navi would have hoped to start this one off there.
Nope, Niku did not want a skill fissure. Hell no. He wants to have that totem for the lane. We'll end up missing the kill because of it, though.
I mean, yeah. Would you have skill fisher there?
Me?
Is it really that rough for the lane?
I mean, me, yes, because I'm a noob, and I like to... I don't know, I feel like maybe would
getting that kill.
Whatever, I feel like First Blood is pretty valuable, so... Whatever.
Now we'll see. We'll see if, you know, because of the fact that Niku does stick to what he wants to do, if he can indeed just completely dumpster the puck here in the mid lane.
And let's see if he even can dumpster the puck, because I was talking about the Shaker versus Puck matchup. Yeah. Shaker has historically always done very, very well, if not beaten the puck consistently, but some of these pucks have been beating some of these matchups that I didn't expect them to.
Yeah, PZM's been having some pretty solid showings in the mid this tournament.
They're just so good at abusing the puckish, right? They use that orb, they walk up, tank a tower, tank it again, use phase shift. They get double regen constantly. It just comes down to how many denies the Shaker is able to really pull forward with on top of the thing. Yeah, let's see this. The bottom lane, I mean, is one that's really boring.
Yeah,
I know that you don't look at, but
this AM's just going to get free farm, right?
Absolute free farm.
Like, yeah, I think Got the Juice. He is pumped up and ready to play this game. Yeah. He's like, nice. I get to chill out, play. This is the carry's. It's the carry's dream.
Absolutely. So far, Toby doing a phenomenal job up top. The first wave, the harassment he was able to dish back. Pugnut, one of the best. I like to always mention that, of just how much harassment damage you do in laning phase. First 2 waves, good job to secure Crystallis' positioning a little bit here. And now it's hard for you to get aggro because the Nether Ward will be placed down, so perhaps we'll be able to just secure that. It's
yeah, very good damage trade coming out from Tundra.
And looking at the other, mentioning a couple other things since it's a bit of a slower laning phase. The double sentries placed out, you're playing versus Shadow Demon. You always want to block out those ancient camps. He's the best stacker in the game, pretty much, so we'll be able to watch out for that. And they even warded the river as well, too, in case of any type of rotation or... Of the runes.
And we are going to see this. Would you imagine this is just now the new way to play on an anti-mage? The Helmet Dom into the battlefield.
Yep.
Get that helm first.
Yep. Especially in this type. I mean, maybe in this lane, he is completely untouched.
Because that's the thing, right? If you're going to be completely untouched in the lane, surely the temptation is to go back for just the Battle Fury Rush, because you have the potential to get it insanely fast.
Yeah.
So
but maybe Dominator's just too efficient, Owen. Maybe it's just too good.
I guess that's the thing. It is just kind of that busted. Yeah. So. And obviously, just kind of getting that Helm of Iron will very, very soon. Like, at that point, with the Warlock backup as well, he's not going to die in this lane.
No. Yeah, he already's got the Helm already auto-bought, so it'll buy it the second that he has that gold. 33 does find the pesky mana burn creep, so he will be able to at least annoy Got the Juice. And he is getting something out of the lane, so he is up to that 12 last hits. Not pressuring Got the Juice, but getting his own out of the lane, even when he has a tiny.
Is this a lane as well that does Saxon need to stick around for a long time, or is he going to get the sort of the ability to move elsewhere and leave 33 on his own?
He can stay here and put some pressure, like some slight ones. Sure. But I think he can obviously have the liberty to be able to move around. It's not like they can kill 33 unless he makes a pretty big mistake.
Mid lane, I mean, it is kind of BZM crushing it.
He's doing it.
This is a matchup where Shaker can definitely cause a lot of issues, get a crazy amount of denies, but at the moment, Niku, he's only been able to get the 2 denies against BZM. BZM 17 for 6 against the 12 for 2. This is just BZM with the straight-up outplay.
Yeah, he's absolutely crushing it, and he's doing exactly what I was, the puckish thing, right? He's curveballing, dodging a hit, then using the phase shift as well. So he's getting double restoration, so he's not even eating harass damage. He's smiling. He's very happy.
Yeah, he knows how good of a time he's having in this matchup.
And maybe Niku now being like, damn, maybe I should have.
I was gonna, yeah. That skill Fisher for the first blood's looking kind of nice now. The fact that sticking to obviously the optimal build against the puck in the lane.
Oh man,
hasn't quite allowed him to get that lead against him.
And you see that one right there. He goes for the enchant totem onto the range creep, but afterwards it gets glyphed, so he can't get the secondary hit. BZM is crushing this lane.
Yeah, he's been very solid this tournament so far. And side lane conditions, what we're getting, Chrysalis, he's getting to farm.
He's farming. Not absolute free
farm.
Not
quite as much as the AM. Got the juice on the other side of things, but definitely no threat of dying in that top lane.
Yeah, no threat of dying at all. They've actually even shown on the side of Navi, they probably aren't even going to go for any type of kills since they're playing versus Pugna. Just too much sustain in the lane. Just going for the farm build with the 2 points in the retaliate.
Because honestly, looking at the lanes, it feels like one of those games that it's very unlikely that we see a core die. Right, all the cores.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to take down in the laning stage. Very likely that we'll get some sort of random support death.
Niku,
6 or 7 minutes.
I mean, this one could happen.
Unless in the mid, you're right. BZM. Thinking about chasing. TPs are coming in, though.
Saksa still in the area, a bit deep, but won't be punished for it. This is going to be something that does happen, as I was mentioning. Limited supports, what they can contribute, but let's see if it's enough with just a disruption.
Got the blood grenade down on the Saxa.
2 blood grenades.
Got the Fisher as well, but it's kind of a difficult kill to chase for. They can get a few stacks of the poison on him. He's able to juke the 4th one, so...
I mean, that's pretty huge. Two supports coming toward you. They double blood grenade, so it's minus 100 gold as well. And the blood grenades, you don't have that many this early on for your side lane pressure too, so that stuff does matter. So the only thing I was mentioning is like the 2 supports, they are completely reliant on the cores to make plays. They literally can't really do anything until they hit the level 6.
Early days, but maybe signs of this game very much, from Navi's side of things, falling onto the shoulders of got the juice on the anti-mage.
Which maybe not the worst case either, right?
No, because it is a good anti-mage game.
Damn good one for him, but...
he's got the potential to 1v5 on this one, if necessary. And the Dominator very close to being done.
BZM's just playing this ridiculously well. I can't believe he has 4 extra denies over the Shaker. That's the most impressive thing, too. The CS, can happen, but having extra denies, too, is pretty cool.
Absolutely, yeah. As the Shaker, you really hope for more than just the 5 denies at 5 minutes in against a puck. So just the way that BZM's been able to kind of prep the creeps and just come in with the AoE burst, ensuring that there's not been opportunities for Niku to get those denies in, even with the enchant totem.
Yeah. I mean, I think this matchup definitely got better for Puck when he got this curveball thing, but yeah, this is really well played so far. As Niku dropping low.
I've got the backup of Toby. Send the ward, the blast onto the 2 of them, throwing
2 blood
grenades out between them. And Riddy's going to go for the TP, but the blast, it's enough to set up for BZM to get first blood. They hit the level 6 as he sets up onto Niku as well. A little on the mana though, and that will mean that Niku is able to live, but still not having a fun time around this mid. Whilst BZM very much in charge of the game so far.
Niku did, thankfully for himself, have a regen rune, so he doesn't have to go all the way back. He can continue at least farming with that. Didn't get completely sent away, but aggressive moves from Tundra very early on. They feel like they're bad and can be left alone in that matchup with the Centaur, which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the thing on both sides things, really.
They can just be left alone.
Yeah, Chrysalis, he's not going to die, and 33 on the Doom, very unlikely to die. He's just going to continue to sort of trade farm against the Got the Juice AM. Yeah,
if it was something other than a Warlock with the AM, absolutely, right? They can go for kills onto the Doom, but the fact that it's a Warlock
it's
AM,
a passive lane.
33 just chills, and he's got the Dominator done. So, very good timing for him. And we did see there Toby blocking some of those stacks that they are trying to continue getting for the side of Navi. Niku, level 6 is hit. He's got the Echo Slam. BZM trying to steal some. Niku wants to Echo Slam some heroes.
Chrysalis and Toby are ready to start running at Niku.
Chrysalis is not the one you want to go for.
Yeah, Niku's looking pretty dead here. Nowhere to go.
This is awkward. Oh no, and they potentially can steal them. BZM's low on mana.
Yeah, did have to sort of drop the Dream Coil there just to make sure that Niku doesn't get denied by the neutrals and to ensure the kill. And he does get it, BZM.
This is devastating, though. He's going to lose the whole hard stack.
Saxon's going to have another spell combo in a second here with the Avalanche toss. Avalanche to set up, moves in onto Zayats, toss forward. Be able to dodge the damage here with the disruption. Chrysalis is ready to continue the dive, get the kill, they get the stun onto Chrysalis, but the borrowed time is there.
And got the juice in the meanwhile. 33 is down bottom.
Okay, that'll do it. Niku comes in. Oh, a little bit of a pause. Right. What's the reason?
They were saying they had some ping issues before, so yeah, they were saying they would have some packet loss a bit earlier. So, well, he got deleted. That was quite a bit of damage.
That's a nice little kill for Got the Juice to get involved in, and
oh, mouse again this time. Okay.
All right.
Well, he gets involved, but he's probably like, I needed to do this because I lost my stacks. I got to get something out of it. Sorry, Got the Juice. Niku will steal all your creeps as well. I believe he got like.
Did he actually get a few of the waves?
It was like two waves almost. Yeah. So. We'll take away some of that AM's farm, but yeah, much needed rotation, it felt like. A 2K lead early here for Tundra. A lot of it because of this start from BZM in that top one.
Pressure onto the middle, jump forward, Zayats. Able to hold back BZM. Junko's going to be back online in just under 20 seconds.
He has a 1K gold differential between him and the Earthshaker already at this point in the game.
Yeah, he did a great job in the mid.
And the Doom too. Actually, honestly, 33 is matching the farm of the Anti-Mage, pretty much, with the Devour plus the Dominator combination. So, very impressive stuff that Tundra's been able to do with that economy.
So, Got the Juice. He's going to have to carry pretty hard on this one.
He is. It does feel like that.
Can the Anti-Mage do it?
They do still also have some pretty good Wombo combo teamfight, but I would say the Tundra's got leveled up a lot when they got that puck pick with the Pugna. They actually may even have equivalent teamfight, if not better. Let's see what the Anti-Mage wants to look to do. Got the Juice, going through the portal, looking to join his team top. They can't really pressure Crystals. Guess it's a tower push. But losing their... He took the mid tower, Owen. His tower was not even touched yet. It's full HP, literally, in the mid lane. That is very impressive.
And the puck having a good time is it's definitely going to cause an issue for Got the Juice, right?
Yes.
Because now that they are going to have this puck with this advantage, has this solid Dream Coil. If they can get some sort of just Dream Coil into a Doom follow-up from 33, they're you know, in this early period of the game, the Anti-Mage absolutely can die.
Oh, absolutely. And BZM's going to be pretty high level. Sure, he's a mid laner, so you're high level anyway, but he's got very high level silence, very high damage burst. And, you know, I was mentioning in the early on, some limited forms of disable, it's really reliant on Niku of catching the puck in almost every situation. The supports will not be able to do almost anything to contribute. So, BZM could get pretty out of control this game. We'll have to see. How's the Blink Dagger for Niku? I mean, it's gotta, I mean, it's, okay, it's done. So he's gotta, I feel like he has to just echo the puck almost every single time, right? Otherwise, I'm not sure how they get the catch. They'll have to just focus BZM early on with this.
At least until sort of the, you know, Blink's not going to be there anytime soon for the center of sort of pipe going first.
Yeah, so I
thought, yeah, even then you still need the Fisher set up for the Shaker to have a chance of catching him. So it's not going to be easy for Navi.
No.
But maybe just the strength and power of the Anti-Mage will be enough to carry them through this game.
And look what, this is interesting too. Actually, I'll wait for that as they're making the move onto the mid lane. Toby, he's healing a lot.
But Niku coming in, they will have it.
33 was doing some interesting stuff, so he was sending his, as he tends to do, right? Sending his Dominator creep to cut the wave bottom. I think he's still maybe even doing it again here soon, as it keeps the lane in a good position so that Saksa can actually get XP bottom. Because then the lane pushes in this weird position that he actually gets something. This is really interesting stuff. I mean, they tend to do this with these Dominators, and 33 always finds something to manipulate the game with.
He's just going to be so farmed with the Midas that he's going to have very shortly after the Helm.
And if Got the Juice isn't careful, you know, one little slip-up, too, with a misclick of a counterspell, he can still get caught by this Doom.
Absolutely, yeah. Any sort of like Avalanche into Doom or Dream Coil into Doom, they can get those kills. Fine, Rudy's here. They'll drop the Doom down to make sure there's no Golem drop for the potential turnaround. The Dream Coil locked down on towards him. Backups coming in. Fisher from the side. Momentarily holds back BZM.
The Nether Ward's down, though. Navi's got to distance himself.
Sax is going to have Avalanche again in a second. So Navi's got to keep running.
2 seconds on Blink.
Still in a bit of an awkward corner of the map, but they should be fine. They've got TPs as well.
Although meanwhile, though, the hard carry of the side of Tundra is just farming. Right? They get to just farm on actually both of the hard carries. I guess you could say BZM is farming in the mid lane and Crystal's is getting all the space in the world. So
yeah,
a lot of attention forced.
Going to be a pretty quick Radiance.
It is.
3,300 gold already into it. He's pretty much got the relic. 12 minutes in, Crystallis.
They're getting nice timings, that's for sure. Oh, Giants. He's been found. Very dead. Early days, but a 3K lead.
Pretty smooth sailing so far from Tundra.
Definitely going to be the work cut out for this anti-mage this game. Oh, yeah.
One of those games where if you're the AM, you kind of mute your teammates, start blasting the music, you know.
Cue up the anime profile
exactly,
picture.
Get on all those anime hype tracks and just sort of live in your own little world, hit creeps, and hope that the game doesn't end before you're able to 1v5.
I don't know if we have the technology for this, but do we have the timing that he got the Dominator Battle Fury earlier? On Ame in particular? Maybe I'll see if I can find that later, but... Juice?
He's gonna... Oh, he's gonna live! Toby, blast off the mark! He's out of there. It should be fine. Blinks up again in the second. That was close, though. I mean, between using the kind of the mana void for the interrupt himself and having the golem dropped, it's enough to give him the protection to get out of there.
He pushed the limits.
Yeah, that was close. There. And they really need him to not die. As I said, a lot is resting on the shoulders here. I've got the juice.
I'm checking to see what the timing was, if I can find that one for us. From Ame, he got it at... Oh, it's hard to actually see, because he sold it later on and changed it. But he got the Battle Fury and at 16 minutes with Tread's Dominator.
Okay, so we've got something to work towards here. It's going to be close then.
It'll be pretty similar timing.
Oh, bottom?
They should have this.
That's a big one to find there. Crystallis was trying to get some farm out of that bottom side of the map. And you know, he was on track for a very quick Radiance timing. You know, talking about carry item times this game. And that def, of course, will slow him down.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Definitely a big one there. Niku's starting to reestablish himself. BZM only 600 ahead now.
Of course, look for that Blink Dagger next on BZM. 33 is just going to roll straight into BKB into the Blink. And that is the pipe online for PMA. So definitely between the pipe and the Stampede. Further ways to keep Got the Juice safe. If he is getting jumped, if he does even get caught in these Dream Coils, they can keep the anti-mage alive if they're there in position to back him up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Navi's, they're looking for the long game, right? Absolutely. But Tundra could also be looking for that long game to go for that scaling. But these auras, they could definitely make a pretty big difference here, as I don't know how many we'll actually, right? Will we actually see any, if any, on the side of Tundra? Sometimes we see some of the Dooms do it, but yeah, I don't think 33 really does go down.
No, because if he's getting this BKB, it's unlikely he's going to be looking to buy a pipe or anything for the team. So
I mean, that pipe is incredibly effective. They actually are pretty limited on physical damage, I would say, on Tundra until later stages for the ABBA, right? It is like all magic.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's why the anti-mage is so great this game.
Absolutely. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Yep.
Definitely some glimmers, I would imagine, from the supports. Yeah, double glimmers queued up on the side of the Navi supports as well. So preparing themselves to buff up that anti-mage as much as possible.
Yeah, with this and the stat count that really should be able to get for Got the Juice here.
Almost the same timing. Yeah.
It's going to be pretty much on track with what we saw from Ame.
Yeah, a couple seconds, maybe faster or slower. Not sure exactly what the timing was for the last one, but yeah, cool stuff. Might see much more of this throughout the tournament. It's gonna have success here. Niku, level 11, still not quite 12, but Echo Slam is back at the ready. They do have all of their ultis up on the side of Navi. Zayats. Force the ult. Ooh, actually close to forcing that ult there.
Might be in trouble.
He's in a lot of trouble.
Comes in with a wraparound. TP's not going to do it. Stacks up. How's the avalanche?
Cute attempt, we'll call it. If he pops the ulti there and he gets out, that can actually be pretty cool for them to set up a potential play afterwards, but doesn't pop the ult, just ends up giving his life. So 1638 does get that Battle Fury with the treads. And with that Dominator.
And here we go. Looking for a play around that Echo.
9 seconds faster, there we go.
Oh, there we are, okay. I did, of course, have that very nice lane set up.
Juice, top, BZM, they're here for him. They
look. See if they can do it between sort of the silence, the coil, and the doom. They get the silence into the coil. Holding on with the counter spell. It's going to mean that 33's not able to find the Doom, and the jump's going to be there on BZM.
What a play. Did they lose vision for a second? Because they have a ward there, though.
I thought they were going to be able to get the Doom follow-up.
Had it. Was it a range, or?
I don't know. Was he sort of getting blocked by the Helm of the Dom creep, so couldn't move in for the Doom?
I'd have to like relook at it, because also 33 has Keen Eye Tumbler's toy, so he should have that extra cast range.
I guess he just couldn't get in range before the silence had ended, so he knew that the counter spell was going to be there. So
I guess so, yeah.
Just couldn't quite close the gap during the silence.
That's massive. Yeah. That is absolutely massive there. They take down BZM. Niku's starting to really get that stride going for himself, and the AM is starting to just be able to go wherever he pleases.
Should be another one here for Navi. Saxa's gone.
All right, he's making up for that. A little bit of a falter in the laning phase. Now up to a dominating streak. And Juice now, he does claim the top net worth spot. And as we said, yeah, the AM absolutely set up for success. Amp damage too for Niku for the next one.
Size trying to mess around with Chrysalis.
3 points in that Disseminate now. It's a lot. This spell it's very hard sometimes to see the effect of it, but it is crazy how much damage. So this one we saw like earlier I was
sure, it was before, yeah, when they opened up with the silence, whether or not they could get in position, but
either way, I mean, that is probably one of the bigger points in this early game.
Yeah.
He's able to survive the gank from the 2 cores and get a turn.
Yeah, well on the way towards that Manta now. Continuing to cruise through this early game here, got the juice.
Starting to get closer toward the glimmers as well too, so even if he does potentially get caught by some of these spells, there are ways that are going to be there to bail him out. Crimson, Pipe, double glimmers, Stampede, a lot of different ways to just get him out of a fight. And it looks like Niku is going to get time to, he got that kill top with the Echo Slam. It's going to come back up, so he can look to go for another play when it does come available again. Nothing lost during the downtime.
I mean, what's the plan if you're Tundra? You know that this anti-mage is getting all the space in the world now. Do you feel confident yourselves in just sort of sitting back and allowing Chrysalis to continue to try and farm and scale as to carry a Baden?
I mean, maybe they do, but
You'd be a bit concerned.
I would be concerned, personally, because the AM just looks so damn good this game, really. But Tundra does like to play for specific timings, and they like to hit the creeps too, so perhaps do want to wait until they feel good on all of these as well too. And maybe they have some interesting builds that can actually end up working versus the AM, right? We'll have to see.
And in terms of the AM's build, so this Aghanims that he's got queued up rather early in the build, do you like that here?
This Aghanims is insane to deal with. It is probably one of the most annoying things ever. You just can't get your mana back. It's actually so annoying. You get hit like once or twice, you try to get restored with anything, and then your mana voided. So I actually think it's one of the stronger ones.
Which I guess is especially when you're saying, right, you're looking at some of these heroes like the Pugna, right, that are quite a beautiful target. So having that Axe, jumping it, bursting that insane amount of mana to start things off with the first hit, follow up a couple up with the mana void, it's guaranteed big damage. It's
guaranteed big damage, and there's no way for them to restore it, right? You try to pop your wand, you pop your Lotus, it doesn't work. None of it restores once you get hit by that Aghanim, so. Tundra will be able to sneak themselves out. Oh my god.
They're away just in time.
That was super close. A nice sneak. They are able to take that Torment away. I do not believe that Navi expected that. They were actually, it looks like they were smoking to perhaps to get there in time to do it themselves, but one step ahead Tundra was this time.
Yeah, perhaps once they've got the Blink Dagger online for 33, Tundra will try and look for that coil into Doom follow-up. Try and catch this anti-mage.
He's gonna have Manta by then, though. Like the steps, it's gonna get harder and harder when he does get these items.
They're looking at a setup potential, but the backup's there from Riddy. Drops the Golem onto the two of them. The coil will still be used, but follow-up is just not gonna be there.
Supports just are. That's all really they have, right? One of them has to just do this at all times. Either Riddy's or Zayas just stick behind, got the juice, and they can probably stop any gank, right? Either one of them, they can stop it just if they get either a disruption play or if they do get that golem to drop.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, any of these heroes sitting behind
any of them.
A Fisher, a disruption, a golem, a stampede, and a pipe being popped. There are so many ways to save got the juice. So as long as he's not completely alone, killing this anti-mage seems to be a pretty impossible ordeal for Tundra.
Yeah, absolutely. And Riddy's, that Glimmer is about to be done too, so he, even when he doesn't have Golem, might potentially have that way to just protect him anyway.
Still, of course, the farm continues for Tundra, but we are seeing that gap really start to grow between the anti-mage and the Abaddon, and
yes,
it's only going to increase, right? It doesn't matter, even though you have this Radiance, keeping up at the pace of a free farm anti-mage is pretty impossible as the Abaddon in this role.
And overall in this game too, like something I didn't want to point out, I've seen Saksa do this before, but he's opting away from the Blink Dagger. So he's going for more this Solar Crest, buff up his carry kind of build, which, yes, in some games it can be really good, but there's definitely some combos that he's going to be missing out on this game, right? Breaking the coil, tossing someone out of position. So we'll have to see if the build ends up working out for Saksa this time. I'm okay sometimes with the Solar, but I'm just thinking, you know, sometimes maybe jumping in the back line, finding this SD and Warlock could be something that they're going to be missing because he went for this build, so we'll see. Shield Rune at the moment on Niku. They also just got the Blink on PMA. Honestly, I think Navi can start to accelerate and look for even more playmaking. I mean, it's a very slow-paced game, but now they have the double aura on the Centaur. Now he's got the Blink 2 to join in. Fair bit of damage. Also, Zayats has... Or sorry, Niku has the Kayayasha now too, with Searing Signet, with the talent, so his damage is through the roof.
Yeah.
So let's see where they want to go.
Yeah, God the Juice will not mind joining any of these fights.
Nope.
They've got beautiful setup around him to enable this anti-mage to clear up in any of the skirmishes really that go down if it is Na'Vi getting the jump first. Yeah,
let's see what route Zayat switched it up, by the way. He was going the Glimmer, now he's going to go the Lens. There's also potential, eventually, for the Aghanims. Sure, it's way later down the lines, but he's playing versus an Abaddon, so it's always that break. If they can find any type of silence or anything, can always be devastating too. Toby. Ooh, I had a feeling. We'll get the instant D ward. My goodness, a lot of these games are quite slow pre-30 minutes.
Which I think, you know, both carries are probably happy with, but obviously relative to one another, I'm sure, you know, Chrysalis, he's definitely going to be feeling the heat a little bit more. Not just because he's got the Radiance, but because he is indeed in this matchup against an anti-mage that he knows is going to be getting just that much more out of the map whilst the game plays off in its passive state now.
Yeah, he's just able to farm way faster.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those games where you could die, you keep pinging, anti-mage is missing, anti-mage is missing.
Yes, you're getting the farm on you're getting the increased farm on the Doom because of the hero, right? But you're Abaddon, like you said, it's 2,500 now. It's really starting to accelerate how much he's falling behind in terms of gold. He is switching. I'm looking at the build of Chrysalis. He is looking to adapt a bit versus the AM if he does go down this route. Blink standard, but then if he does go for Bloodthorn and Orchid, that could be something that maybe can help him catch.
Yeah, because you want to make sure that if you do catch the anti-mage, you can kind of just throw everything on him to kill him.
Yes.
The problem obviously with this is that even if you do throw everything down onto him and the Shadow Demon's in position, Disruption still comes in, it's not easy to throw everything down onto the AM.
Absolutely.
Tundra, they're going to get on the hunt though. Here with the smoke, let's see what they can find. As
the game progresses too, I imagine, I would think that there's going to be some Lotuses / Lincolns that are going to start getting queued up as well from Na'Vi to throw onto Got the Juice, and then it's a big question of how do you kill him? Do you need to get the Doom on him and then you just essentially can't, or you're going to reflect it onto yourself, so. Let's see where Tundra looks to strike here, as it's been a very long time since anything has happened.
Slowing down a lot this game.
The Golem is at the ready. They're gonna smoke. Is it time for a Roshan to fight force? No vision from either team at the moment around the pit, but Rosh is gonna start shifting soon. Looks like they maybe want to get a kill before they want to try something. Chrysalis. They're gonna go for this one here.
Consider it. I mean, obviously committing too much under the tier 2 might be risky. They're going to try and burst out the ult. They'll get that.
Okay. I mean, it's an Echo trade for a borrowed time.
Tundra, Abba actually get some pressure onto the tier 2 bottom.
They know that the Abba is not going to be bottom. Do they want to try to maybe fight down here on the side of Na'Vi?
Saksa.
Toby's getting majority of this tower here.
Oh, a good Fisher block here from Niku, but do these two really have damage? They'll drop the Golem. It's a slow game, so dropping a Golem for a support kill doesn't feel too bad at all.
Nah. If
they get the kill, that is. Saksa's making them work for it. Another Fisher is there.
They got him.
They'll find it. So if they get anything more, it looks like the rest of Tundra should be out of there. Toby and 33 still sticking around. They do have...
They're going to go for him?
They're going to try and get the jump. They've got the Doom at the ready, but the Stampede is there. That's going to get him out of this. No, it's not. Dream Coil comes in to lock him down. PMA comes in with the backup, pops the pipe, trying to get that extra bit of protection, but 33 is able to commit him with the BKB, staying on top with Niku and take down the Shaker. Toby also able to get out, or maybe not.
Nope.
Mana Void. They're just in time, puts a stop to the TP. Na'Vi will be able to make sure they get a second support kill, but they do lose their mid. So Tundra are able to find something. Does of course take the combo again of both the Doom and the Dream Coil to get that one kill.
But they get the Shaker, but at the same time also, your spells are used, and got the juice is like, all right, well, now I literally cannot die for the next minute and a half or two.
Yep, and he's going to be well on the way now to look towards that Abyssal Blade.
Yep.
After this Aghanims.
I mean, some really interesting stuff that we're seeing, right? They throw the Echo on the mid lane just to force the bar time, and then potentially look for a fight bottom, but Tundra is just, they're ready, right? They've got the heroes positioned down there to at least get themselves a trade kill. Lotus Orb, PMA.
It's close, yeah.
It's essentially done. Yeah, he's got it done. So extra tool that he can throw on. It's also level 3 Stampede online now too, so that cooldown, 90 seconds. Net worth has stayed super, super close.
Yes, but it has been close on the numbers.
Yeah, it's just the good, like the pace that AM farms a little bit faster than the ABBA, but then the Doom with the Devour and the Midas and all that is what it kind of counteracts. Look at this build. Look at this. Look at this build. That is one of the most disgusting inventories I've ever seen.
Hell Midas bots.
Merlini would love this, right? The old school Merlini with the bots Midas. Now throw a refresher in there so we can get double Midas, dominate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I think, Hell Midas, that's viable on even heroes that aren't Doom. I'm sure we're going to see other carries, other cores try and go for it.
BZM. Can he play himself out of it?
Let's have a look. Trying to get the timing. Niku.
Nope.
Very nicely done there. Catches him coming out of the phase shift. And got the juice. Turns up to pick up the kill.
Level 20. He's getting quite a bit here. That separation. It did slow down a little bit during that whole situation that happened from the mid to the bottom. But again, now back up to 3K lead over his counterpart. And he's going for aggression, right? He's got the Basher queued up, which I actually like quite a bit. Rather than going for like the butterfly that we used to see this just feels so much better.
No, absolutely. Because he knows this game. He just jumps in on a target.
Abyssal.
And, we talk about sort of all the ways that Na'Vi can kind of get him out of action. When it comes to Tundra, if they're getting jumped, sure, I guess it's kind of with the Decrepify and the shield, but if one of those are getting jumped, it's very hard to save one another if you're Tundra.
Saksa getting gone on. Bots coming in, though.
Niku could be in trouble.
Again.
They'll drop the Doom for him. Disruption buys him a bit of time. Chrysalis, he's able to commit forward to try and look to finish off the action. They come in with the Avalanche, but the BKB still going. He's going to be able to get himself out of the fight here, Niku, and now got the juices ready to commit in. Looks to Chrysalis.
Chrysalis is out of mana.
He's got the borrowed time. But the juice is trying to play around for him, but has to back off as he starts to fall low. Now with the blink forward, Chrysalis is going to try and continue to chase.
Stun.
Avalanche is there, got the juice, has to continue to run. He's lost his teammates.
BZM is close.
So they've got the juice, should be able to get out at this. No, the coil, it's there. BZM gets the catch upon him. They've killed the anti-mage.
33 getting the triple kill.
A massive fight here for Tundra, and they're not done yet. They're looking at PMA. It's pretty tanky on the Centaur. So if they want to continue diving him under the tier 2, he's going to have to pop the Stampede to get out of this one. A Tundra taking out the 4th AMF. The BZM still thinking about it, jumping up to the high ground. Won't be able to get it though, but they get that massive kill. They kill the anti-mate.
They find him finally, and great way to like kind of sequence thing. Crystal's actually just tanked everything, got completely burned out of mana, but then afterwards he's able to just still fight and hold his ground because everyone's so healthy. The Shaker gets caught in the front line going for a play. No way to bail him out. A 4K lead. Tundra found the fight that they've been looking for.
And the next round of items able to fly out now. Chrysalis has the Orchid.
Got the Orchid, yep. So an extra tool that he can really use versus that anti-mage. Navi shaken up quite a bit there. Niku perhaps having to be a little bit more careful with how aggressive he shows himself.
Yeah, they needed him to not get caught at the start of the fight. They are going to try and fight by
Doomy's on
Navi.
So find a kill easily. BZM.
Difficult to get much more though. Still don't quite have the anti-mage back in.
BZM going in himself, haste rune.
The Dream Core's back up. Niku. Wants to put the BKB, turns with the fish. He gets the lockdown onto the 2, and then PMA's in with the jump as well. They're looking towards Chrysalis, but the borrowed time is back up. So Crystallis, he's going to be fine. They'll try coming onto him with the Demonic Purge. Got the juice, gets the jump in onto Saxa in the Roshan pit. Crystallis starting to heal up now with that borrowed time. Saxa will fall. See where Got the Juice looks to target next. He's going to try and go over towards 33. The BKB's there in time. 33 trying to back away here.
He's got a blink.
He uses the Stampede to close in upon him. So Lion Got the Juice to stay in on the target. Decrepify will come out defensively with the Mana Void's there. Toby trying to heal 33 up. The Silence is in on the Got the Juice, but the Glimmer Cape's there, protecting him. They look towards BZM, but BZM's quick with the phase shift, jumps up to the high ground. And back over towards PMA. PMA just pushing back the back lines of Tundra. Able to get in with the Who Stomp double edge on Toby to finish him off. That was, of course, a dieback there from Toby on the Pugna.
Good chase forward there from Navi this time around. AM able to hold his ground. BZM, I think this haste rune actually saves him there. He may have actually been able to die, but ends up skirting himself out of the fight versus that Earthshaker. But they do get some kills. I mean, Navi's shown they can go aggressive when they had that Doom on cooldown for a small moment. But as soon as it comes back up, the build from 33, of course, playing off since he has... Oh my god, Owen, he's doing it. Octarine and now Refresher.
Oh, that's the dream.
This has to be one of the most disgusting builds I've ever seen in Dota.
Think
It's
of the farm.
Octarine, this is actually a U build, Owen. This is the most U build
This is my build
I've
on
ever seen.
Every hero.
Like, you love this Refresher
It's
Midas.
the efficiency of the farming. I mean, if you're not, you've got to put that Refresher off cooldown to just farm with Midas. He probably won't, because that might be a little too grief. Let's have a look. Use the Midas, pop Refresher immediately. Do it. Refresh. Okay, this guy's a professional.
Well, double Doom for the next fight, double Stomp. The next fight's going to be quite a bit harder, I would say, for Navi now. They've been doing a good job of dancing around and not losing too many in the fight, but this next one, 2 cores could be in jeopardy.
It just feels like the fights are so volatile, right? If they can kill the anti-mage, Tundra in a great position. If they don't manage to kind of control and kill him, Got the Juice, he's in such a great position in terms of pick to clean up the fights.
And now he actually has another buff. He has a Solar Crest, so this is actually pretty important for him.
They get the Fisher set up. Do they want to go in on this?
Roche.
GMA going to try and get him with the Who Stomp. Doom's going to get tanked here. And indeed reflected as well.
That's really big deal.
It's awkward now for Tundra. They don't want to fight this.
He is going to be able to go back to base, refresh, and come back with another BKB and Doom, though.
That's true, but they will have seen it, right?
I hope so. I think so. Let's see if it catches them off guard.
Trying to push forward. Nico's just going to get in there with the BKBs. In onto Crystallis. Is an early borrowed time having to come out from him. Dreamcore's there to lock down Got the Juice. Is there damage? Here's the jump from 33. He's able to get in with the Doom onto the anti-mage. Got the Juice trying to stand his ground. A right-click back takes down BZM. Looks towards 33. 33's going to fall. Got the Juice will die. But this fight... Who's going to take it at the end of this to get the setup on towards Saxa? The Golem's out, of course, here, cleaning up the fight, and Crystallis, he can't get in on this.
He's trying to disengage.
He's going to try. He wants to go back in for this Crystallis. Toby's still alive at the side. PMA pushing back against the Pugna. Riddy's trying to back off, healing up with the Shadow Word. PMA able to come in with the Stomp to hold back Crystallis and ensure that Riddy's can survive.
The poison, how many stacks is that?
And Crystallis, it's going to be 5 seconds until he has to borrow time back off, but no, it's back up.
The kill.
Indeed, that gave him enough to get the cooldown down, to put the borrowed time, and ultimately get the cleanup on this fight as he's in on top of the Centaur. That's going to be him dead as well. The cleanup from Crystallis.
All the little things coming into play too, right? I think there was one more Shadow Poison about to stack on him. He gets the kill. Gets the borrowed time up because of that quickening, and he ends up actually surviving all because of it too. What a chase out there from Tundra. A cool way that they initiated the fight too, where he backed up to base, BKB refreshered everything there, got the Doom on the AM. Navi doing a cool thing too, where they just fight through the Doom, but overall Crystallis standing strong.
Yeah, just getting so much gold and XP, of course, out of that. Top net worth now on the Abaddon.
What level was he when he started the fight?
I want to say at least like 3 levels lower than this.
I think he was like 23.
Yeah,
I think so too. I think he may have gotten at least
2 a lot
or so
from that.
levels. That was absurd.
Let's have a look. Yeah, level 22.
20? He got 4 levels.
Got 4 levels from this.
Holy shit. Oh my god. I was going to say, I was pretty sure he was like 22 or 23 at this, and he was just 22. Wow. Yeah, this moment right here, right? They get that Doom, they get all the combos.
Yeah, 33 got his job done. You know, Dies Insect was super back in action there. Nearly getting the chance to Doom got the juice again, but he gets out with the counter spell. BZM. Vicious setup. He's going to get the coil down, but he's just on to Zayats.
He's got Aegis. He's got Octarine.
They're going to buy time for it. Zayats will still fall, but the rest of Na'Vi, and they're trying to back up them onto Niku.
BZM.
He's just poking at them.
A
PMA, he's in, the Fisher's off the mark. Stomp is going to be there. They're going to drop the Doom in, and there's a refresher as well, so 33 is going to be ready with a second one if necessary. Niku's able to back up, though, to the fountain. He'll survive.
AM looking for a spot to jump, but he can't. Got the juice, won't be able to find that angle. Tense moments here. Saksa also, I think he just bought these. He has boots of travel also, so they have a lot of global threat now on this map. If there's actually a side where they catch the AM, with that, they can double boots of travel in and join in and find these kills too now. Kind of cool approach that we see from Tundra, looking to play the map. And Crystallis, he's ahead of that AM now.
Oh, absolutely. After that last team fight.
Ridiculous, and he's gonna be pretty close to having Abyssal Blade, which is fantastic this game too. Extra mid with that control.
He's just gonna be able to dive. Niku finds him under the tier 2 tower. They'll pop the Stampede. They have to.
Oh my god, he almost died. What was that, sub 20 HP from the burn? That was ridiculously close.
BZM.
Stampede. BZM.
He's going to find Riddies here outside of the base.
They're starting to get these solo plays outside the base.
This is there in time. Riddies should be fine.
Navi definitely feeling the pressure here now. Can't really show outside with multiple different heroes with the jump that Tundra has, as we're seeing. 7K lead now.
So much rush. Not anti-mage.
Thinking about it. You want to try for BZM, but he's got this age.
Well, PMA's in. It's a solid Hoostop here on the tomb. They've got the follow-up as well. They're going to try and burst through Toby. They'll get him, and they'll be able to take out the Aegis from BZM. Crystallis goes in after the Doom setups there from 33 onto Niku. Crystallis continue to push forward against PMA.
Niku has buyback if they go too far.
Got the juice, looking for an angle to get in. He's going to try and make the jump onto Crystallis, but the Avalanche is there onto the two of them. There's the buyback coming in from Niku. Borrowed time forced out on Crystallis. He's back up to full HP.
He's got the blink.
They have to kite him for now. Now with the Stampede, they're going to look to chase. They've got to find something big from this Na'Vi. They get the block off onto Saksa. Got the juice trying to stay on top of Crystallis, but the Dream Core's up, holds them back for now, gives Crystallis the safety to back away. The full combo being dropped down onto Zayats here by 33 and Saksa. Zayats still able to back up with the Shadow Word heal. PMA and got the juice, get the jump onto 33.
Kill. They want to get more though. They wanted to get as much as possible out of that kill because both Dooms were used. So that's what got the juices. Like, I can run through this fight and have no threat really, but aren't able to find Crystallis there. He's able to disengage. 80 seconds. Can they get any more out of the map? Are they able to force anything from 33? Probably not. So he's going to have time to be able to respawn and have those Dooms available again. $49.51.
Very close.
Still has faith in the anti-mage.
Yeah, I think that's what you're seeing here, right?
Pretty much.
Tundra's sure they have this 9K lead, but the anti-mage is strong here.
Niku is starting to have some difficulties, but if he's able to, he's kind of just going to start to become more of like just 100% just control rather than all the damage, right? If he's able to get to one of these points of these next two items, all his real job is just to provide that control and maybe even just provide the, I'm going to tank a Doom for my AM. That's why he just switched between 3 different items on the Earthshaker, so now he's got the Lincolns queued up to protect himself for his Doom. See if they can get any of that protection versus it. That's one of them. They've got the Aghanims on PMA.
Absolutely, could come in with some very clutch plays with that.
Yep. Also has hit level 25, so the stun, it's pretty long. It's a 3-second stun now for that Centaur. Tormentor. And let's see, take a look at what neutral items, since we haven't really talked actually almost at all about them this game, but I see the tier 4 ones are the ones I usually just wait to mention, is a couple of these Dazoon Blood Rights are out, so big AoEs on the Shaker and the Warlock. We see a couple Outworld Staffs on the side of Tundra, so they're going to have good ways to disengage. I think 3 of them actually I see, so.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
2 on the bottom to fall. Crystallis getting very close to having the Swift Blink. I mean, he is very devastating. If they get the setup for him to just jump in onto a target, he'll kill most of these heroes.
He also he can't really join. He can't start the fight though. That's the weird thing. It's like he has to be a little careful of how they pop the borrow time.
Sure.
Early. That's the one thing. But overall, they have other heroes that are going to be starting the fight, so it shouldn't be him that goes first, unless he sees one of these 2 supports on the side.
And we've got the Nullifier now as well on BZM. So kind of between him and Chrysalis, right? They throwing down this like a Nullifier,
gotcha.
Bloodthorn, Abyssal.
Oh,
It's a whole lot.
that's a bit of an interesting one. So, Juice got rid of the boots.
I mean, he wanted to get this Orchid online
did.
as soon as he could.
I saw a couple of fights there where
You're getting
like
kited.
Doom pops Scorched Earth, and he's got bots too, and he's running 530 movement speed. You have 340 movement speed. So, okay.
At least momentarily, you are going to get the Stampede.
He also
And
has
you're
Shaker.
going to have the, and you're going to have the cart
stuns.
as well with the axe.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that's why he has Shaker stunts, he has cart, and he has Stampede. So
Exactly.
he's relying on that.
Exactly. He's going to rely on sort of PMA to sort of ferry him around the team fight.
And you know what? He's got the crippling crossbow, right? That thing slows them by 80%, even though I don't think I ever see anybody use it. Very funny looking item. Level 25 has been hit for Got the Juice. He's got that Mana Void. This is an amazing talent.
Yep.
Can get multiple off inside of a team fight. Can be pretty devastating versus these high mana pools now at this point.
Here's the smoke.
They're going to smoke off that one.
See if Tundra's ready for this. They're quite split at the moment, Tundra.
Everything's at the ready, so. Tundra can be together fast, though, right? Remember, the boots of travel that they do have on it, two of the heroes.
I mean, if Navi can find 33, that's probably the best way to start the fight.
Yeah.
33, he's already out at this top side of the map.
I would agree. 33 is probably priority target number 1.
Yeah, because if they could take about the thing that's been ensuring these team fight wins for Tundra has been 33 getting the dooms on either the Shaker or the Anti-Mage. So they'll find a quick little pick-off, Saxa. It's caught top.
Got the Juices quick, dude. First thing he used when he blinked in was the crippling crossbow. Ooh. I usually see people not use it almost at all. I'm going to keep eyes on that. If you have no boots, you absolutely have to use that item pretty well, so that's going to be really fun to watch. Doom applies mute. Level 25 has been hit.
Still lost some money as well, of course, 33. I mean, what do you imagine he's going to look to buy up as the next item? Where he's got 5k gold saved up in the bank.
They never buy Aghanims.
Yeah, we just don't see Ags.
But, I mean, I always say this could be the game. It could.
That's the thing where you
imagine, versus AM.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. If you get the AM in the coil and then you kind of doom yourself, stay on top of him.
This could be the one.
I think it feels nice, but indeed, I feel like we see so many games where it feels nice, and
They never do it.
the dooms they prefer pretty much everything else under the sun,
Literally anything else.
other than the
Pretty
Aghanims.
much,
Yeah.
So
I think we did see one Ags today, right? Or at least it was queued up in a game. I can't remember if it got finished. I think it did.
I don't know.
No, it did. I believe it was Amal, right? I want to say. Did play a game earlier today where he got the Ags.
Perhaps. There's been a lot of these 50, 60-minute plus games
where
people have too much gold to know
And in
what to do
those
with.
games, whether you want it or not, the Doom will get the Ags.
Yes. 11k lead now for them, but that gold lead doesn't feel as significant as some other ones in some games.
No, definitely not. I think especially as well, because by the looks of it, when it comes to how the fights play out, they've got the juice. He's going all in on the purchases, right? Where I think, Tundra with that 11k, you're going to see quite a bit of that saved for the buybacks.
More than, honestly, they probably actually have, in terms of items,
Like
Navi actually has
gold,
more
yeah.
spent gold
I'd agree. I think so, right?
than they do. Because I actually see 6k,
Yep.
2k, 6k. Yeah, there's over 15,000 gold reserved on the side of Tundra.
So Navi's going all in to have this sort of potential power spike. It should be, got the juice. If he doesn't get doomed.
Let's see this fight. BZM. They seem to have an idea of where they're coming from.
There's a Fissure under the two of them. Blow up the Echo Sound. They take Toby out of the fight. See what they want to go for next.
Pretty good start.
Immediate buyback from Toby. Fish to hold back Chrysalis once again. Got the juice, he'll back off for now. PMA's going to tank the Doom. Golem dropped here onto the two of them. Crystallis, that's the borrowed time, forced out upon him. Got the juice, eyeing up the chance to get in, and now he's ready to look for the jump. Moves in, Abyssal Blade thrown down onto 33. That's 33 gone. Now he can turn over towards Crystallis. And without the borrowed time, Crystallis will not survive. Both claws dead. Buyback comes in straight away from Crystallis.
Oh, lots of buybacks. PMA also.
That's what they can get done here. Got the juice still pretty much full HP on the Anti-Mage. He'll back out. It's going to be Riddy's left behind. I mean, they'll take that now.
They'll take that.
Three
I'll
buybacks.
take that for sure.
3 buybacks coming out there from Tundra.
I mean, that shows a lot, right? The 15,000 gold reserved up on Tundra, Navi spending out, and they get a perfect catch to start the fight. That was, I mean, no hesitation at all from the Shaker.
Absolutely. And this is, this is kind of the way that they want to play these fights, as the Anti-Mage, right, got the juice. He's able to sit back, wait till the borrowed time's gone, wait until the Dooms have been used, gets in, finds his target, ensures that I believe, 33 can't get the second Doom off because he's in on top of him with the Abyssal Blade, and that they can kill Crystallis whilst that borrowed time's on cooldown.
And now these are dangerous moments, right? A lot of buybacks spent out there from Tundra. They have to be, I mean, they're trying to get on the aggressive because they do have the 2 support kills and a couple of these ultis are used, but they have to be careful in this next upcoming fight. They're going to go for a Roche to at least protect.
They need this Aegis,
Yeah, protect Crystallis in particular since he did use that buyback before.
And they should get this. I don't think we're going to see Na'Vi try and do anything crazy with the 3 of them up on the map. So Tundra, whilst they might have expended these buybacks, they will at least have the Aegis that I imagine. Who are they going to be giving this to? Crystallis or BZM?
I would imagine Crystallis.
Sure.
He used that buy.
Yeah.
BZM didn't have to use it.
That's true. He's still got his.
Yeah. So that'll give him a lot of extra protection in this next upcoming fight. 5 minutes of leeway for the buyback to come back. Niku, 25 has been hit. This is a really cool game. Honestly, 22 to 23, as close as it pretty much can get in terms of kills, in terms of pretty much everything. Everyone just trading all over the place. No base yet to be touched.
And this will be nice next as well. Forgot the juice. He's probably now going to play with the luxury of saving the money for buyback, especially considering that's something that Tundra's heroes can't all match. But getting that Aghanim shard, it's just going to make the game even more difficult, right? 33, because now he's got to consider the fact that there's also going to be counter spells being thrown down onto Niku, onto PMA.
This could just completely catch people off guard because I think you don't really see anybody ever really use this, honestly. So.
And as we see, got the juice. He's ready to press the buttons. He's using active neutral.
I watched, by the way, in that last team fight, he used it almost immediately. So heads up from him, even though he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 activatable items, and then 1, 2, 3 activatable items. Pretty cool. So yeah, that shard could be really interesting. If he throws it onto this, they kind of have ways to bail each other out, right? Centaur Lotuses him, he fake Lotuses him with the counterspell. Can be really cool ways to cover each other. And more Lincolns, more Lotuses being queued.
Tundra, whilst they might have this Aegis, they'll probably look to wait out their buyback cooldowns before doing anything too crazy.
Yeah, a bit of a farming Aegis. I mean, Navi giving a lot of respect right now, being pretty afraid to go hit anything. Full refresher now for Niku. I mean, this next upcoming fight, if he lands that fissure on BZM +1, he'll kill both with the double Echo Slam. So they have to be careful how close they are to each other. And I say close. There's the blood right? He's got the Dazoon, so it's a
got big AoE.
AoE. Yeah, these fights are going to be complicated to keep track of, but let's see what we get. 2 minutes, 50 seconds left on this Aegis. So they're still doing their pairings. Zayat's, he's close to the anti-mage while he gets outside of the base to get something.
He's got the money to get the shard on top of the buyback, but maybe at this point with the sort of slowdown, he's actually kind of like, well, maybe I can prioritize getting the Ag's Blessing and then getting a different item in that slot.
Yep. A possibility if he wants to go down that route. BZM, 25 has been hit, one of the biggest ones, of course, for that puck. So can pierce the debuff immunity. Also has an amp damage, too, for the next upcoming fight as well. This could be huge. This will allow a big difference of how they can focus fire some of these targets through those BKBs.
Crystallis getting very close to kind of maxing out, hitting that level 30.
Niku is literally not leaving the base. Just literally just sitting there, spamming the Enchant Totem Fissure to keep the waves pushed out while the AM and the support goes and deals with the rest of the waves. Very careful.
Yeah, there's no need to really risk it, right? He's pretty much got everything item-wise that, he's happy to play this later stage of the game with.
Yep.
Now, anything on top of this is just a nice little bonus, but the core stuff, it's complete here for the mid-shaker.
For sure. Double Shrines does mean it's going to go the way of the Tundra, since they did not want to step out there, so a good chunk of experience that they get. He does buy the shard, so does have that. Let's see if he does get a Reflect Doom in particular, right? That would be pretty ridiculous. Onto an ally, not himself. Mid lane. Crystallis will show himself. 70 seconds on the Aegis.
Still a few minutes on the buybacks of Tundra.
His team is starting to get close by. Niku. He'll walk right into him, gets coiled.
Okay. Got to get the Reflect on the Nullify. He's able to get the BKB off as well, Niku. They have to jump forward, but the Abyssal gets reflected as well. Stampede's there to get Niku out of there. The Avalanche will come in. They'll drop the Column and the Echo Slam to hold back Sax. They'll try and burst through the Tiny. They'll get him, and now got the juice. He's got the jump on the BZM. He gets the Abyssal drop down. They've killed off the puck. And now they can isolate and surround Crystallis. He'll get up with the blink for now. The PMA's looking to chase them down here with the cart. They've got eyes on Toby. Sentries drop down. There's the vision for the disruption from Zayats to catch the Pugna. Eon Disc will buy a little bit of safety for Toby, but he will fall as well as Na'Vi prepared there for that fight that Tundra got a little too close to looking for.
I mean, these fights are now looking, honestly, very difficult for how I would say how Tundra wants to look to approach them. Niku is a beast. These Shakers at the late game, that's why
so
we're
much
seeing
damage.
80% win rate in this tournament right now. When you get to this point, you can't avoid the stuns. Everyone's getting hit by it. That was a 3-hero double fissure Echo Slam, if I'm not mistaken. And he caught BZM, the most important one in the back.
And it's just a dream setup for an anti-mage.
Yeah.
I got the juice. He just gets the cleanup.
I think we're going to see so much of this, honestly, the Earthshaker, as we already have been seeing. This makes late game team fights just so difficult to approach. Even with an insane amount of survivability, as we see on the side of Tundra, it's just too much control. 60 seconds, no Pugna. Echo Slam back up in 30 seconds.
And bringing in the mid lane as well, PMA. Ready to try and set up to potentially pressure a couple of sets of barracks in. Once Tundra's dead.
I mean, they have a double catapult wave kind of coming at the ideal moment for them to get this push going. Mid wave taken out, bottom also taken out. 30 seconds still that they've...
That's not the play is safe.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it is, you know, all the cores are up.
Honestly,
the ultimates are online again for Tundra.
And at the end of the day, you feel that you're winning, right? You feel that you're starting to get this big advantage. You just need to win the fights. You don't need to break the high ground so much. You need to win the next fight convincingly, and that's probably it could be just be the game. Refresher's back up in 60 seconds, so if they can wait for that,
sure.
I think that's probably the ideal for the side of Navi.
Yeah, especially as how close they are to the Aghanims on Shadow Demon as well.
Oh yeah, true. That's another big one.
Yep.
Absolutely.
BZM.
Oh, they actually do have the combo too. He has the Bloodthorn.
They're gonna find him. Niku, he's in with the setup, the follow-up silence, the Abyssal as well to lock him down. It's a dead puck.
And he does not have a Dispel. As we see now, the Bloodthorn that was picked up from God the Juice is gonna be pretty massive. He's gonna have Bloodthorn, they're gonna have the break from the SD. Crystallis could get popped. Definitely potential here. He is at some crazy levels of farm on this AM.
And Tundra, they've done well to challenge him in this game. Navi ultimately keeping the call despite Tundra's best efforts in these mid-game fights.
I mean, it was the dream AM pick, really, and we're truly seeing it play
He's
out.
pulling through.
Yeah. He's got, I mean, hitting critical mass. He's about to have Disperser finished up. He's almost full slotted.
Niku, pushing onto the three of them, jump forward as well for PMA. Also the BKB from Saxo, get the toss back on PMA, but this is a very tanky Centaur. They'll throw down the Doom upon him. Underneath the tier 4s, they'll be able to kill him. So Centaur's gone. Coil on towards the animation. Refresher from 33s, he's in. Looks for the second Doom, but the Lincolns was there.
That was Niku, he threw the Lincolns.
Absolutely, coming in clutch with that Lincolns. Gonna continue to try and chase. It's gonna be responded to with the BKB TP out there by Niku. Does mean the Riddies gets left behind. So
BZM buyback.
Indeed, had to spend the buyback. They had to use the 2 sets of Doom from 33 to try and get the job done in that fight. They didn't quite get the big targets they'd hoped for. They get something though. They will slow down the game a little bit more. Hold on here and protect that mid set of barracks.
They get something, and the potential of Roche respawning actually could be.
It's kind of soon.
Yeah, it could be really soon.
Okay.
We'll have to see.
They need that for BZM.
What a bailout from Niku. I mean, these guys are so good at covering each other this game. Throws out the link. There's so many of them, right? They have Lotus's, Lincolns, Glimmers, Disruptions, everything. He gets the Lincolns before that secondary Doom.
Which is, it's got to make you ask, like, it's maybe the Aghanims looking a little bit tempting.
I would, right? That's
you know
what
I
we're
mean?
saying,
All these Lincolns, it's like, it's so hard to Doom. Maybe you just got to go, well, you know what? I will Doom myself and get him with the AoE.
Yeah, now I'm actually, was that Niku's Lincolns or was that the Warlock?
That's true.
I actually don't even know.
I think it was Niku's.
I thought it was. I saw him
next to him. Yeah.
So, but either way, yeah, just continuing to cover each other nicely. And BZM now, this next fight, he's really important. Like if he dies and doesn't have buy,
they need his coil.
He is so important.
They need his coil. They've got to get the coil set up.
Yeah. So let's see. He goes for an Aeon Disc, so being as defensive as possible. But there's a Shadow Demon, so Aeon Discs sometimes just won't be as valuable either. If he does get the Purge onto him on top of that control, there is no Aeon Disc. That continuous Dispel will be there.
Oh, and which 25 are you taking on the Shadow Demon this game? Ooh. Probably the ult cooldown? Or is a couple of disruptions sound kind of nice?
Just be too strong, but
sure.
maybe. I don't know. Either way, we'll see. Eyes of the beholder.
Yeah, because both of those talents seem kind of nice.
They're both amazing. Yeah. They're two of the better ones. And they're smoking up. Centaur respawning soon. If they see the puck, if he gets the Purge and they get an Echo Slam, he's gone. Yeah, he's just gone. So. This will be the one to show.
Gonna try and get the setup.
Did they
Right into the
silence?
echo. They do. They get the combo.
He's gone.
The break and the silence, leaving no option for Crystallis to get that borrowed time off.
Oh, he didn't respect it.
Niku, he's in with the
Buyback.
BKB. He's managed to close on Saxon. There's the buyback coming in from Crystallis. Wants to try and get back into the fight. Crystallis jumps forward, looking towards Niku. Niku turns with the fish, holding about 33. They're looking to got the juice. They'll get the Abyssal Blade down upon him as well as the Dream Coil. Defensive disruption comes out from Zayas. PMA continues to jump forward to hold back 33. Gives the space for got the juice to be able to blink out of the fight safely. Tundra, they still want to try and chase forward. Avalanche in onto Riddies. He'll drop the Golem down, keeping Saxa held back. Got the juice assessing the situation from the high ground. Riddies will be left behind. Navi, they'll now look to continue to retreat. BZM
Zayats
with the chase. Niku spot the refresher, trying to get the follow-up combo in onto the puck, but Crystallis and 33 are in to jump forward onto Niku. Get the echo off. BZM is solo with the heels coming in from Toby, and the Force, they'll keep him alive. BZM will live. PMA trying to stand on top of
Juice
Crystallis.
is
That's the
alive.
borrowed time gone. The anti-mage survives. Niku back in with the combo to finish off Toby.
What the hell?
And he's not
Oh
done
my
yet. They
God.
may be looking for more here. Sax has got to be careful.
How did he got put in the cart at what, 100 HP and survives?
That's the jump. Avalanche to hold back Niku, but the Fisher, it's there. They're going to get themselves another one here, Navi, locking down Saxa. The fight,
my God.
it's Navi's.
I thought that Navi was going to lose another 2 heroes there, but ends up bailing each other out with, I guess, a Lincoln's a disruption, and then I guess the cart gets the AM out
Just
of there.
so much save potential between them.
Wow.
It's an absolute nightmare for Tundra to try and get the spells onto this anti-mage.
Just to get the control and everything, and they're not, like, no one's really doing too much damage on the side of Tundra, as you see there. They can't really hit. It's just Crystallis. I mean, it went away there, but you saw it's just Crystallis doing any damage.
And we're going to get to see it. 33 will have the agonies for the next fight.
All right.
So I'll be interested to see if this does make a difference or if it really doesn't matter at all. But you've got to imagine that having that AoE Doom that you can play with around yourself will give a much better chance of actually catching heroes within it.
Yeah, we'll have to say.
Yeah.
It's going to help also because the other thing that he can do, right, is get close to the Centaur and prevent maybe
Exactly, the save
workhorse
coming
as well
in.
too, right? So we'll see if you can.
I think that this axe might give them a chance here, Tundra.
What?
There it is. 33's got it.
Juice with this Aegis, getting the push going. Crystallis just has to be so careful of how he shows himself now.
Yeah. The break, the silence,
Yeah.
it can just... It's the end of it.
It is. He has BKB, he has Refresher, but can just get popped.
The Dream Coil.
It's a buyback.
Still 4 minutes of the Aegis, of course, on this anti-mage. The top rack's gone. Now over towards the mid. They get the jump on him.
He
Put the
really
borrowed
knows.
time to run away.
Yeah, he knows. He's like, oh god, if I get stunned once, he almost immediately has to pop it. Let's have the Refresher if he needs to use it. Has 60 seconds.
Navi's surely going to stick around. They feel so strong right now. Refresher shard on the Centaur. Aegis on the anti-mage. Navi.
Goes back.
Toss back on and got the juice, but he's quickly out with the blink. Happy to stay onto the mid barracks here. Can Tundra push him off? They've got everybody alive. Navi continue to poke and prod. The mid. Backs up. The toss back into the AoE Doom. They managed to catch PMA. They're throwing everything down onto the Centaur. PMA trying to get away, but the AoE Doom allows them to kill him off.
Looks pretty good.
So going to try and move forward for more, but Crystallis is in on top of them with the Abyssal Blade. The Saxa Avalanche comes in as well. Defensive disruption there from Zayas. Crystallis, he's got the borrowed time back up. They're able to kill off Niku and now look towards the anti-mage. That's the Aegis gone on Got the Juice. PMA and Niku both coming in with the buyback. The Golem continues to push Niku in with the slam looking for BZM. Has to back off again as soon as the Doom comes out for 33. Got the Juice.
Huge
Saxa will catch it.
Here we do.
They got anything else to follow up after the Doom, though. Disruption comes in again from Zayas, keeping him safe, allowing Got the Juice to get the BKB off. They'll now look towards Crystallis, caught outside, and with the borrowed time on cooldown, Crystallis is in trouble. He's going to likely fall if they got anything else to save him. He's able to get the blink off in the final moments. He will get back to the fountain, but of course the damage has been done. Navi have got the Mega Creeps up against Tundra. Silence
BZM.
on the BZM, who's not follow from PMA. BZM,
They
he'll
got
get
him.
blown up by the Mana Void. No buyback available on him. Navi closing up the game here. Look at the ultra kill for Got the Juice. He's looking for that
Give him the
rampage.
rampage.
Over to 33. Got the Juice. Can he get the rampage? No.
Zayas.
That's a report and a kick. But Navi, they've done it. This game looking very, very well done around this anti-mage. They had the potential with the draft. Tundra, they definitely gave them a challenge, but Navi able to pull through and ensure that Got the Juice would be able to carry the game home.
Super fun game to watch, honestly. There was some really clutch little plays coming in. Zayats, some disruptions, extra little saves that they do. At the end there, we get to see the fun interaction, which I actually didn't get to see it much throughout the game because the AM didn't have BKB, but when you get disrupted, even if you come out versus that AoE Doom, you can get the BKB off.
That's
you get
true.
a frame to get that BKB off. So able to survive. I think he was fine anyway, but wow, that was a sick game, honestly.
Just so many saves. Yeah, they picked the anti-mage in prime position. And I said, you know, it was a close game, but this was a very exciting game. You know, Tundra giving them quite the challenge. And I feel like I would have asked some of these Doom players, is it, why not the Ags a little earlier? Is it just...
I mean, there's a lot of ways to play around it, right?
Yeah,
like perhaps if
but there's a lot of ways to play around the single target.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sometimes they just don't like to have it, though, because like the 4 stabs and all this, it can just full out counter a 4,000 gold item. But yeah, we saw the effect of it a bit.
Because it looked kind of good in that last fight. It's like, all right, they're getting some kills.
They definitely did. They got that jump onto PMA, but yeah, Navi, the team fight really, just such great team fight execution across the majority of this game. But wow, this was one of the closer ones, I would say, in terms of like mid game where like the net worth and all that was looking, where Tundra had net worth lead, but Navi actually had probably the advantage even versus that.
Yeah, no, looks like, you know, coming into the game two, I mean, you now got to respect, right? If you're against Navi, honestly, if you're against any of these teams, right? Because anti-mage is definitely a hero that any of the carries here at this tournament would be very happy to play. You got to watch out, right, in your drafts. If you are giving the chance for an anti-mage to come through and sort of have the potential to have this sort of a game where everything kind of has to be executed perfectly to get a chance to kill him. I believe they only managed to kill him kind of 2 or 3 times in the total of this game, and that was definitely something that, you know, could have been seen at the beginning of this one.
Honestly, it really, when you look at it all, it looks like such a picture-perfect AM game in terms of what he's against, when it's like 90% magical damage, and he has 1, 2 different saves,
so many saves,
2 massive stunners that just follow up to be able to get him that control so he can go for anything. Yeah, super fun game.
Yeah, absolutely. Excellent execution from Navi to ensure that the draft plays through and they can get this win in game 1. Tundra, as I said, even though the anti-mage looked as great as it did, there were points of this game where it looked like, all right, Tundra, the execution was going to be there.
And there you see, yeah, that you know, the disruption plus the BKB through the Doom still does exist. So, yeah, this was, I mean, for me, a pretty exciting game, even though it did start a little slow in terms of things, but that's going to happen with AM. It tends to be like this. This tournament is just crazy. TI, with 50-plus minute games and Earthshaker, I think we're just going to have so many of these.
Yeah. Obviously, though, this last moment, Zayas.
He steals it.
Was it a right click or something?
I think it may have been the disseminate, honestly.
Oh, coming in at it, yeah.
You can't really control some of that.
It's true. It's true. Because the morale boost of giving it. I'm sure Zayas